Hi, Donnie. We're leaving Bacon.
Bacon, that's right, Booger.
And it's raining out here. We would not be going out right now, except that both boys have a eye doctor's appointment. You know, you got to get these in while the kids are not in school. I will not pull my kids out for appointments if I don't have to. So our eye doctor has moved addresses. So I've mapped out where we're going because I wasn't sure. What a frustrating drive this morning. Everybody was going under the posted speed limit, and it's just raining just a little bit. It's not heavy rain out there. I guess it's just because I'm late. It seems like everybody else is in slow motion. So Joey had to be dilated today to check his eyes, and he has these awesome sunglasses on, but he's a little upset he can't read his electronic screen. He can't play his video games. And they're having a really bad day here today at the doctor's office. They've lost both their internet and their phone system, and they are on paper. Yeah. Meanwhile, Johnny's over here. He did not need dilation today. He's really happy about that. We got to even turn visits into the eye doctor's office into something fun. So Johnny aced his eye exam, and Joey came really close. Joey, you know,
See anything.
Well, that's because they dilated his eyes. He's got a little bit of a far away issue, but not enough to wear glasses. I have a little bit of a far away issue, and I don't wear glasses. He'll be fine. Oh, there's a Mr. Potato Head.
This house is just absolutely awesome. The best part is we get to stop at it right now.
Oh, it's an insurance agency, though, in a residence.
The caution student rider is pretty funny. If you can see that right there.
So they have a polar bear that shivers, Johnny.
Let's see that.
Yeah. And a Santa Mickey.
Can we turn right here, Mom, so we can see the rest of them?
Sure. For you, buddy, anything.
Yeah, but this house is just incredible. Gingerbread.
Oh, I like the gingerbread one.
Yeah,
That's
the one
really
making
cool
themselves. Too. And then there's a cool Snoopy snow globe.
Oh, no, Minions.
Oh, the minion hanging off the tree.
Oh, no.
And then there's that ark with the Santa. His nose moves. His nose moves. That's cool.
Well, hopefully now that I've pulled in here, Johnny, I can figure out how to get out of here because they don't have a lot of parking spaces.
Yep.
So somehow I forgot to get bacon yesterday. How does that happen? I don't know.
I mean, it's bacon, for crying out loud. Bacon.
Dawn said I'm not going to be a one performer this year on my shopping. No, consistently exceeds expectations. I might get a consistently meets expectations. We'll see. Maybe I can fix it and go get some bacon today in the rain, no less. So you're going to come with me, buddy? You brave enough to come? Put your hoodie up. Let's go. Johnny has hit the jackpot. Gingerbread house pumpkin cake, and this is a locally made fruit cake. They're kind of located between here and the zoo. So we got just a little snack here. I had green beans and a piece of turkey breast, and Johnny had cauliflower mac and cheese and several pieces of turkey breast. And their turkey breast on the hot bar today was really, really good. So I got so much bacon, they gave me the 10% case discount. Don will be double pleased. Running around making last minute Christmas errands would be a lot easier if it wasn't raining. All right, business at the credit union completed. And by the way, I don't like umbrellas any better than I like jackets. Today's picture was taken in a doctor's office a few years ago, and it's obviously had some filters applied to it. I thought it was really cool how there was a mirror beside the tree, and then in the mirror you could see the painting on the far wall. So I maneuvered around quite a good bit to try to line that up in a way that I thought showcased everything really well. Wow, this is pretty cool. There's a Tyranitar in the gym and me and Johnny as Tyranitars fighting him.
Oh, I just one-shot him with Stone Edge.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, and then there's this Snorlax.
All right, another gym successfully battled. So we're coming up on the piece of cement that caused all the traffic jam in Fuquay yesterday. Over here where all these cones are, a new piece of cement. Yeah, that's what caused the major meltdown on Fuquay traffic yesterday. You gonna be glad to get that bacon for me, Donnie?
Hey!
Ham.
Yeah, well, that's true. There's a ham in there too. It's heavy. Thank you.
Okay, so we've got a NEMA 1450 receptacle, and I've changed the plug on the end of the UMC to the 1450, which was included with the car. We've been using the 1430, which I ordered from Tesla back when we ordered the car. And as you can see now, it says that the maximum charge rate is 40 amps. However, if you notice, we still have the charge rate set to 24 amps, and that's on purpose because I still need to swap the 30 amp breaker in the box out with a 50 amp breaker in the box, and I'm going to do that, and then we'll be able to charge at 40 amps, which is about 25, 26 miles, something like that. Right now we only get 14, 15 miles to charge at 24 amps. As you can see, our normal voltage is about 246 volts, and when we charge, that usually drops down as low as about 239, and of course that voltage drop is because of the resistance in the wire. You can see here the new NEMA 1450 receptacle that we'll be using to charge at 50 amps.
I am turning leftover ham into more split pea soup. Yep. When it looks like that outside, you need something that'll stick to your bones. We are headed to the Piper Lights show up in Wake Forest, about an hour or so away. They won the Great Light Fight in 2016, and we wanted to try to get in going out to see the lights with Johnny. He'll be at his father's house this weekend, so this weekend's not good for going with him. So tonight's a good night to go, despite the rain. They say they'd light in light rain, and it's almost stopped right now. There's going to be more that comes through later tonight, but in the short term, it's stopped. So yeah, we're headed up to Raleigh and then out to the east. Now he's on autopilot. So Don's on autopilot, and the other night when we came down through here, the car swerved to the left a little bit, and so he wanted to test it again tonight. As you can see, the road's not particularly crowded.
Yes.
And he's, expecting the car to jog a little bit to the left, so if it does, he'll be able to obviously intervene.
Right, well the key thing was the other day, it's really about another 3/4 of a mile down here where the place is. It's a hill. We topped this hill, and historically, it's always pulled to the right when you top a hill. And this time it pulled to the left. And I don't mean a little bit, but I mean like it usually pulls to the right. And it was it kind of caught me a little bit off guard because I sort of expected to pull to the right. But we're not close enough to a car for it to be following. So it's doing all the navigating itself using the lines on the road or whatever. Now I have to say this is at night, and the other day it was in the daylight, and of course now there's a car pulling out up here. Let me just slow down. Good, he's not actually gonna stay, because this first little rise coming up here is the first place it went crazy. All right, here we come, right here. See this little rise? We topped this rise, and
Oh yeah, pull to the right though.
Pull to the right.
A significant pull.
All right. Now, there's another little rise coming up again. So we go down this hill, and now we're coming up again, up another little rise, and it's gonna fall away. And that's where it always gets a little confused. All right.
Yep, it pulled to the right again.
Not real bad. Now here, it's real scary because it's an uphill and it doesn't see those cars.
No, it doesn't see that. I always have to hit the brake coming up to this stoplight if traffic is stopped.
Yeah, that's
unless there's a car pretty close in front of me and we're both slowing at sort of the same rate.
Because the radar, I'm assuming, was looking at the asphalt. It didn't see the cars higher up on the hill, and by the time we would have hit the trough,
level with them,
trough, and started going up the slope, it would have saw the car, but that would have been way more uncomfortable to, I mean, as a human driver, I would have been way uncomfortable. It would have had to do a pretty aggressive stop. I mean, I had to pretty aggressively stop.
Yeah, and the thing of it is, too, is you miss all that regen braking.
Right.
When you allow autopilot to get super close at fast speed, and then you have to get out of autopilot by tapping the brake, and then you got to really apply the brake to stop. You've lost all that regen. So I've sort of at this light, and then there's one other one, because this is the route we take on 401 to go to school every day. I just I will get out of it. Even in traffic aware cruise control, I'll tap the brake and try to let the regen happen. Yeah,
the last little thing, we're running in chill mode tonight because I read somewhere that somebody said that chill mode slows down the very rapid acceleration of autopilot. Like if these cars were to move out of the lane here, we're doing 43 and I've got it set for 60, it would rapidly accelerate faster than I was as a human driver accelerate. They say if you put it in chill mode, it doesn't do that rapid acceleration. It accelerates more normal. So it makes autopilot a little smoother from the acceleration point of view. So we're testing that out tonight. I'm actually in chill mode.
So 401 is closed and we really don't know why. And we got routed over here to Lake Wheeler Road, which is a road that runs into Raleigh, sort of parallel to Highway 401. And so we've got the in-car navigation in the top screen and Waze over here in the bottom screen, trying to understand what was going on. But it looks like it's going to be safe for us to resume our route up here around the Beltline to the east once we get through this stoplight. Uh-oh.
I guess we're going to be turning. Yeah. Well, like, funny good thing that we came this way the other day.
It didn't look like there was anything wrong.
Yeah, well, it doesn't show anything.
Wow, this is just nothing short of magnificent out here. Wow, and this one's on the water too. How great is that? Wow. The water is so calm tonight. The reflection is just fantastic. No restrictions about stopping as you drive through this one either. I've done such a nice job here. So there's an auto body shop on the site, and they have this little country store that has some older car paraphernalia. Oh wow. Wow, the Great Light Flight. The Great Light Fight trophy in person. That is too cool. You think was it restored? We've seen a lot of them restored. What's the guy online that did all of the, out in Arizona, that did the restorations? American Restorations?
History Channel.
Did he do this one, or?
No, I'm not sure who done it because I got it in Charlotte.
Okay. It's very
I
awesome.
got it for my husband in Charlotte.
Pretty neat.
Very nice.
I got it for him when we were dating.
Cruising on I-540 West, headed sort of toward Durham RTP area. We're going to a second light show. I believe this is the one that actually won the Great Light Fight this year. Johnny says they have a lot of inflatables. Don's been using autopilot a lot tonight, and for the most part, except for that one spot on 401, it's been behaving very well. He did try to change lanes with the turn signal out here a few minutes ago, though, and the car would not automatically do the lane change for him.
Well, it made me wait a really long time, and then eventually it did change lanes. But we were sort of coming off where it was on ramp, and there was an off ramp, and then the other on ramp, and so there was a little bit of a traffic pattern through there, and it basically, I guess, didn't want to change lanes in that traffic pattern.
They didn't light their show tonight. This is the Heindel family. They said because of wet weather. How sad. We're kind of, yeah, we're kind of north of Crabtree Valley Mall. It's pretty good ways from our house to come see it. Bummer.
Well, again, next year we'll come. When we come up to
So, we're going through a neighborhood that supposedly has a lot of inflatables. I'm pretty excited. How about you, Mom?
Yep, I'm excited. My boy, he likes his inflatables.
So, this house has a lot of inflatables. Maybe as many as ours does.
And one really large doggy.
Hope that's not the one barking in the background.
Well, we've never seen this message before. We're down to 41 miles of estimated range left. Yep.
And if it was real cold, it's letting us know that would not be a good time to be low on range in cold weather.
Of course, it's 50 degrees out here, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's see for our trip report for today.
That's a lot of miles.
144 miles total. Yeah, I should have looked at where we were before we set off on our little excursion looking at Christmas lights tonight.
Okay, we're home with 41 miles left. I'm going to plug in the new charger. And it ought to pretty much start charging immediately. And let's see here. Now, right now it's still set to 24 amps. Even though we have 40 amps, so it's gonna crank on up to 40 amps. Excuse me, 24 amps, and there it is, which is gonna level out about 14 miles per hour. So we can see how many kilowatts that is if we go over to the meter on the wall. I think it's 5.5. Yeah, 5.8. Yeah, 5.8 kilowatts, or 5,849.50 watts. How much is doing it at 24 amps? But now we've got a 50 amp circuit, including the breaker in there. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to try to bump this up. There it goes. Alright, so there's at 40 amps. So she's running up to 40 amps now. And the time's recalculating. 10 hours remaining, 9 hours, 9:25. Notice the voltage is down to 241. 8 hours and 30 minutes. 8 hours and 15. All this is good, because we want it to be done charging by 6 a.m. tomorrow. So if it finishes in 7 hours or less than 8 hours, will be good, because it's 9:57 at night right now. So she's doing 40 amps now, and it says 7 hours and 40 minutes. And we're coming back over here to the power meter, and it's going to be some like, yeah, right at 10 kilowatt, 9,500 watts. So now 9,500 watts. So she's basically charging at 40 amps, you know, significantly more. The voltage is down to 241, which is the same thing the car said. So, you know, that's, it started off at about like 246, so it dropped 5 volts.
Sorry, I don't know that one.
So hopefully we'll be all good to go tomorrow morning. 7 hours and 35 minutes, and so I think we're good.